My name is Mary Beeke, and I'm married to Dr. Joel Beeke. He's the BMW, the best man in the whole world. And he is president of Puritan Reform Seminary, and many Brazilian folks know him from his books and from his conference speaking there. And we have 3 children. We've been married 26 years. Our children are Calvin, Esther, and Lydia. Calvin is married to Laura. Esther's married to James, and we're blessed with wonderful in-laws as well. And we have a busy life. My husband is president of Puritan Seminary, and he teaches, preaches, and we travel a lot, go all over the world. He does a lot of conferences. I do a bit of speaking too. And we're just at a very wonderful time in our life. We're just enjoying each other, enjoying our health, and we're blessed beyond measure. Well, I was first a nurse in my early 20s, and then I didn't enjoy nursing. For me, it was too much pressure, too much life and death responsibility. So at that time, I was helping out in a children's Sunday school, and I just enjoyed it so much that I felt the Lord was leading me into teaching. So I went into teaching, and then I taught for 5 years, and one of those years was the first year that I was married. So I left a career of teaching in order to be a mom, but to me it was no sacrifice, because as a mother, you're a nurse, you're a teacher, you're a chef, you're the vice president of a company, you're a chaperone and a chauffeur, you're a counselor, a gardener, everything. I think the career of being a mother is incredibly fulfilling. It beats any other career I can ever think of that you would get paid a salary for. And even the wages are, it's not always in money. It sometimes is in slobbery kisses and things like that, and words coming back to you. But the calling of motherhood is so valuable. There's a lot of drudgery in it. Every diaper you change, every argument you fix, those are all seemingly common and boring and everyday things, but they're important. We're sitting in a building here, and I can see hundreds of blocks around me, and I compare child rearing to a big building. Every block is an experience where you made your child eat his vegetables, or you solved a case of where the child was being selfish. Every block is an experience that your child has, and at the end, 18 years old or whenever they become an adult, then you have this building, and hopefully they're ready to be a contributing member to society, and hopefully they're a child of God. So I don't see the sense in having children and then going off to work and letting someone else raise them. To me, that just doesn't make sense. I think if a woman feels the pull of a career and she has children, I think at least be there those first 5 years. And then if you send them to school, as opposed to homeschooling, then work when they're at school, but be there when they're home. It's just so important. I know some people, for financial reasons, they can't make it on one salary. Then as much as possible, let dad be there when mom isn't there. But then be careful that mom and dad have time together too, because otherwise your marriage has the potential of suffering if you're not spending enough time together. So if money is an issue, I know here in America we've got a lot of thrift stores. If you can buy your clothes at thrift stores and garage sales, do that and eat rice and beans, but stay home if you can. And the status of a career is nothing if you lose your kids because you weren't there for them. So I feel like the career of a mother is just so much more lofty than even a doctor or a lawyer or president of a company. So society might not agree with that, but that's okay. That's okay. Proverbs 31 talks about your husband and your children praising you when you're a Proverbs 31 woman, and having God's favor too, and that's worth a million. If you send your child off to daycare, nobody else can love your child like you can as a mother. Your heart is full of love for them because they're your child, and God put that in there for a purpose, so that we would nurture them and protect them. And I think if you can remember one thing, you're nurturing an eternal soul. It's not just those 18 years, get them raised, trained, out of the house, but they have a soul, an eternal soul, and there's no one better equipped than the child's own parents to teach them about the Lord and lead them to the Lord. I think it is not degrading to financially depend on your husband. You're a team. Your marriage, you're working together for the good of your family. And when the world tells you that you are dependent on your husband and that you should be going out to work and that all the jobs are mundane, I just think you just have to not listen to what the world is saying. They can think of you what they want to, and that's fine. But your reward comes when they grow up and when they honor you and love you and praise you, and when God rewards you for all the work that you've done. The love and the bonds that develop between parents and children is, you just can't put a price on it with money or with the reputation that you have in the world. Who cares what the world thinks of you? And in the Christian circles, I hope that the attitude is more family focused, and that the parents are the best equipped to take care of their children. And the love is there. The love is the bond, and you just can't beat the natural love between mother and father to their children.